We'll wait to see it go live.
I see things. Welcome, one and all, to Grand Slam here on the MVG Networks. Glad you could join us here tonight. We are starting the second round of our big tournament. We started with 32 people. We're down to the big 16. If you are an NCAA fan, I'd suggest you start placing your bets right now, especially tonight, as we have our number 1 seed, John Bergman, taking on number 15, 16, what number is he? 17. Good thing I'm not a betting man. I would have lost everything. Gianni Pizzi. Joining me in the booth tonight, Mr. Bobby Bailey. Bobby, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. It's a pleasure to be in the booth.
Anytime. What's your take on this matchup between John and Gianni?
Since John is the number 1 seed, this is definitely a matchup that I've been looking forward to seeing. I think we're going to have a battle royale here.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling that the questionnaire down there is going to have his hands full, especially trying to remember which one is which. One of them has an extra syllable in their name, just for the record. But I wouldn't blame him one bit if I get the names confused. But, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see if Gianni can keep up with John the entire time. John has been a juggernaut in this last matchup. Gianni managed to eke by Nels. That's no small feat in and of itself. But, yeah, let's get it cracking. Let's get everything going. Let's pop the cork off of this champagne bottle and get to the action. Question man, take it away.
For the first time in the second round, players, take your positions. Players, in our first round here, as you know, this is the teaser round. In our teaser round, I will be asking you a jackpot-style riddle, or it will be a riddle that's in the form of a joke. Okay? So with that, I do want to remind you, you do have 3 switches to help you along the way in the first 3 rounds. John, who is our number 1 overall seed and is the higher seed in this matchup, has decided he will go first in rounds 2 and 4. So, Gianni, that means we're going to begin with you. Are you ready?
Yes.
I wish both of you the best of luck. Gianni, your time begins now. This is something dogs like to catch, pick it up in a forest or garden patch. Also a verb meaning to cling or attach.
Sick.
Correct, John. From sunset to sunrise, it's a part of the day, and sounds like the name of a soldier in the Middle Ages that begins with K.
Switch.
Gianni.
Pass.
It means to pass along, or consider this case an event in track and field, a team race.
Relay.
Correct, John. It's a word meaning to wrap up or conceal and disguise. Also, the outside of a book or magazine designed to attract eyes.
Cover.
Correct, Gianni. It means the center of something, its very root. Also part of an apple or pear or the sun to boot.
Core.
Correct, John. What do plants have in common with peat?
What was the last word?
Peat.
Pass.
Without this, you'd have no recall sensation. It allows computers to perform tasks and store information.
Switch.
Gianni.
Memory card.
Correct, John. On a map, this looks like a squashed banana. Ruled by Fidel Castro, its capital is Havana.
Cuba.
Correct, Gianni. Shamrock sprinkled through hills so green, the country of leprechauns seldom seen.
Ireland.
Correct, John. This was an age of ideas when the arts did grow. Think of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo.
Renaissance.
Correct, Gianni. This is the name of a musical instrument and also a part of your ear. What's the word?
Drum.
Correct, John. This means to get a hold of or even to touch. It's also a type of lens without which some people don't see much.
Contact.
Correct, Gianni. In my company, I examine numbers all day and decide whom to bill and whom to pay.
Switch.
John.
Accountant.
Correct, Gianni. About my fields, the Beatles did sing, also a popular flavor of ice cream to bring.
Strawberry.
Correct, John. I will answer your call, but I can't. And time is up.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
in a bit of a shocking beginning, Gianni, you have won the first round here. You will be carrying 14.160 seconds along with you into the final round. Back up to the booth.
Bobby, real quick, pinch me. I want to see if I'm awake. Ow! Okay, so that really did happen. All right.
You had the exact same reaction as I had in that round.
Right. I was not expecting that to happen. John Bergman dropping a round just out of the gate. That's very rare. I'm sure he's going to be trying to rebound after that.
Yes, he definitely will be. And I think he has the ability to do it. We'll see what happens as the rounds progress.
Indeed. And we got our stat man down there on the field, Travis. What happened?
Well, between the two people, John ended up using two of his switches. Gianni used one of his switches, therefore leaving John with one, Gianni with two. John, 5 correct answers versus Gianni 7, and 1 miss for both of them.
Wow, just 2 question difference. That was all it took for Gianni to get that round. Let's see if that happens again. Are you a betting man over there, Bobby?
Outside of my options trading work, no.
Good man. Let's take it back down to the field. Question man. Let's see what else is going to happen.
Well, after that dosage of Prozac, players, take your positions. So I will say that a lot of this is all in humor. We say this because John has always been such a juggernaut in trivia. It's a little shocking, even though Gianni is no slouch at this either. So it's one round. Let's see what happens as we continue. Of course, this is round 2 here. It is our odd one out round. Of course, players in this round, you'll be given 3 options, and you are going to determine which one of the options either does or does not belong. So please pay close attention to the question and how it is worded. As you heard from our statistician, John, you do have 1 switch remaining for these next 2 rounds. And then Gianni, you have 2 switches remaining for these next 2 rounds. So gentlemen, please use them wisely so that they will help you as best as possible. So, of course, John, you will be going first in this round. Are you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
John, your time begins now. 2 of these creatures lay eggs. Which one does not? An alligator, a dolphin, a spider?
Dolphin.
Correct, Gianni. 2 of these words are synonyms of clever. Which one isn't? Cunning, gallant, rude?
Boom.
No. Which one of these island nations is not in the Pacific Ocean? New Zealand, Cyprus, the Philippines?
Philippines.
No. 2 of these fractions are the equivalent of 2/3. Which one is not? 18/27, 14/18, 16/24.
14/18.
Correct, John. Two of these famous structures are in Italy. Which one is not? The Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Colosseum, the Sphinx.
The Sphinx.
Correct, Gianni. Which one of these words is not spelled correctly? Substitute. Substitute. Substantial. Substantial. Submerge. Submerge.
Submerge.
Correct, John. Which one of these is not a type of eclipse? Sonar, lunar, solar.
Sonar.
Correct, Gianni. Which one of these foods is not planted by some farmers? Barley, noodles, rice.
Noodles.
Correct, John. Which one of these is not a type of swimming stroke? Break, breast, butterfly.
Break.
Correct, Gianni. Two of these cities are in Florida. Which one is not? Toledo, Tampa, Tallahassee.
Toledo.
Correct, John. Which one of these materials can electricity flow through? Plastic, iron, rubber.
Rubber.
No. Which one of these cities is not spelled correctly? Seattle, Seatle. Orlando.
Seattle.
Oh, correct, Gianni. Two of these fractions are the equivalent of 1/3. Which one is not? 4/12, 7/21, 8/27.
8/27.
Correct, John. Which one of these is not a type of spider? Tarantula, black widow, nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Correct, Gianni. Which one of these people was not a famous writer? Ernest Hemingway, Jim Morrison, Nathaniel Hawthorne. Time is up. That was at the buzzer. So, at the end of round 2, John, you have won this round. You will take 23.997 seconds along with you into the final round. Back up to our booth.
I think it's safe to say the first round, Gianni managed to find that one moment in time where all the planets are lined up in the right order, and now all the planets are out of whack and everything's back to the way it should be.
Yes, Gianni definitely pulled off a miracle in winning the first round, and as I thought he would do, John Bergman managed to recover.
Yeah, John, you may knock him down, but he'll get back up and he'll start swinging for the fences. He swung real big for that fence in this round. It's the stat man, Travis. What's the tail of the tape down there?
Well, we have John with 6 correct answers, Gianni with 5 that round. John 1 miss, Gianni 2 misses, so they're starting to average out on their on the total average. So it's going to be interesting to see this third round. No switches used, so they're holding on to that 1 and 2 for each John and Gianni, and we'll have to see what happens when they get that extra one in the fourth round.
Who'd have thought Gianni could keep up the pace with Mr. Bergman? Let's see if he could continue keeping up that pace as we go into our next round. Question man, do you think?
Players, take your positions. Players here in our third round, this is our sequencing round. Of course, in this round, you will be given 3 options once again. You will tell me one of 3 things. You'll either be putting all 3 of the options in a specific order as asked by the question. You may be asked to give what I call bookend answers, which means giving me the answers on either end. For instance, if it asks for the largest and the smallest, you would give those 2 answers, and you do need to be specific on that one. You would need to say this answer is largest, this answer is smallest. If you just say the 2 answers, I will have to call you wrong. Then finally, the third way that it could be given is it may only ask you for the one answer, such as which is largest, which is smallest. So pay very close attention to what the question is asking for and answer in a proper form. So with that being said, as a reminder from our statistician, Gianni, you still have 2 switches remaining to use. John, you have 1 switch remaining as of right now. Gianni, you will be going first here in round 3. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Gianni, your time begins Now, arrange these words in the order they appear in the dictionary. Appear, appeal, apartment.
Appeal. Appear
No.
apartment.
Arrange these California cities from north to south. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles.
San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco.
No. Which one of these foods gives you the most protein per serving? Bread, peanuts, codfish.
Codfish.
No. Arrange these huge countries by area size, largest to smallest. India, United States, Brazil.
Switch.
John.
United States, Brazil, India.
Correct, Gianni. Watch what you eat. These things all have a lot of fat, but which has the most per serving? Potato chips, a plain chocolate bar, or cookies?
Cookies.
No. Which one of these states has the largest area size? Texas, New York, Ohio.
Texas.
Correct, John. Which one of these 19th century events happened first? The completion of the Statue of Liberty, the California Gold Rush, General Custer's last stand.
The California Gold Rush.
Correct, Gianni. Who has the most money saved? Lynn with 1 dime, 4 quarters, and 3 nickels. John with 6 nickels, 3 quarters, and 1 dime. Or Lorne with 4 dimes, 2 quarters, and 4 nickels.
Len.
Correct, John. Which one of these continents has the most tropical rainforest area? South America, Africa, Asia.
South America.
Correct, Gianni. Which one of these foods gives you the most protein per serving? Butter, boiled egg, tuna.
Butter.
No. Time is up. And as we come to the end of our third round here, John, you will be taking 57.148 seconds along with you into the final round. Back up to the booth.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. I thought you were about to speak first, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
It also helps if I unmute my microphone. So
As
we're live, everybody. We're live.
Go ahead, Jason.
What I was trying to say when I realized my microphone was still muted was I think during the time we were talking about what happened in the second round, I think Mr. Bergman was trying to glue Gianni's feet off stage so that way he can't come up there and answer questions because, jeez, I don't know what was going through Gianni's mind, but those first few questions, that's just oof. Big oof.
I have a hunch of what he was going through in his mind. It's the same difficulty that I have done when I did the fastest finger questions on ABC's online version of Millionaire. And despite having done a time of 2.54 seconds there, I know how difficult those questions can be. So Johnny's progress, or perhaps lack thereof, was no surprise to me.
Yeah, it's a big difference watching it unfold and versus standing up there trying to answer the questions and your brain just has that inner diarrhea going on. But Travis, what's the tale of the tape? Even though I have an idea of how bad it went.
They both have 14 correct answers, but unfortunately in that last round, a lot of incorrect answers ate up Gianni's time. So it's going to be interesting to see how this fourth round finishes out. Gianni did use 1 switch, so they are both down to 1, but we give them both back 1, so they both will have 2 switches in this final round.
2 switches and all the time they've banked from beginning to now. Let's see how this is going to unfold. Will Gianni be the one to knock out the number 1, or will Mr. Bergman prove his dominance? We take it back down to the floor. One more time with the question, man. Do you think?
For the final time in this matchup, players, take your positions. Players here in round 4, this is our wild card round. As you know from previous rounds, of course, this round can have questions of any type whatsoever, so you will need to pay very close attention to what the question is asking you for specifically. So, in this round, John, of course, you will be going first here. We were able to take all of your time and put it together. You were able to bank 1 minute and 21.145 seconds, which of course rounds down to 1 minute and 21 seconds. We add that to your base of 1 minute and 30 seconds, which puts you at a total time to use in this round of 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Gianni, we took your 14.160 seconds that you banked. That also rounds down to 14 seconds. We add that with your base, which means you will have 1 minute and 44 seconds to use in this round. But of course, players, remember, it is not over until the last bell. We have seen people come back that had less time. I do want to remind you, both of you still have 2 switches remaining. Okay, so use them wisely, and I would not leave anything on the table if I was you. So, with that being said, John, we do start with you. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
John, your time begins now. John, give me 3 first names that begin with the letter L, like Lucky.
Larry, Linda, Lorraine.
Correct, Gianni. I'm going to give you a fruit with missing vowels. G, R, blank, P, blank, F, R, blank, blank, P.
Grapefruit.
Correct, John. Give me the 2 other words for sailor below. Mariner, seafarer, navigator.
Mariner and seafarer.
Correct, Gianni. Give me 3 words that rhyme with keep. K-E-E-P.
Sleep, weep.
Need one more.
Creep.
Correct, John. True or false? A butterfly flaps its wings once every second.
True.
No. Give me 3 words that end in the letters V-E. V-E.
Okay. Leave, peeve, cave.
Correct, Gianni. I'm going to give you a vegetable with the missing vowels. L, blank, T, P, blank, C, blank.
Lettuce.
Correct, John. Find the 2 major mountain ranges below. Alps, Andes, allegory.
Alps and Andes.
Correct, Gianni. Give me 3 words that rhyme with hot.
Hot, lot, hot.
Correct, John. True or false? Former President Clinton shares the same first name as a famous actor named Cosby.
True.
Correct, Gianni. Give me 3 words that begin with C-O-M.
Switch.
John.
Company, commerce.
Need one more.
Comedy.
Correct, Gianni. Give me 3 living creatures that begin with the letter E.
Elephant, emu. Switch.
John.
Okay. Elephant, eel, eagle.
Correct, Gianni. Find the 2 things below that existed in the ancient world. Soap, maps, dynamite.
Maps and dynamite.
No. Give me 3 words that rhyme with first. F-I-R-S-T.
Pass.
True or false? The average oak tree grows and sheds around 1,000 leaves each year.
True.
No. Give me 3 words that begin with L-I-M.
Limb.
Time is up. And Gianni, you fought hard, but at the end here, John, you are today's winner of this matchup in Grand Slam. you will be moving forward to the quarterfinals. Congratulations.
Thank you, but Gianni, but it was a great game, sir.
It was a great game, John.
Yeah,
Hell of a try with both of these competitors. I was on the edge of my seat the entire round. I don't know about you, Bobby. Actually, Bobby, I think you fell off your seat.
No, I didn't quite fall off of it, but yes, I was on the edge of my seat just like you were. It was a very exciting and well-played game on both of their parts.
And at one point, it seemed like the times were almost evened out, but then all of a sudden, the scale started tipping into Bergman's favor, and it just never seemed to tip back the other way. As we bring Gianni up here to get his side of the story, Gianni, you surprised, I think, everybody out there by taking that first round from Bergman. What was your mindset after that point?
I guess that probably meant I was probably going to do a lot better, and I think that might have taken advantage of that. But
yeah, that's one thing. Once you start getting that swelled head, it just starts clouding your judgment, unfortunately. But still, you have a rare distinction that you managed to actually pull one out over Mr. Bergman.
that is true. At least I got one. Well,
Hey, everybody gets one. That's your one. Let's see if it happens again next year, right?
oh, that's right.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in the tournament next year. Good luck to you in the meantime. As we bring
Thank
on Mr. Bergman up here.
Hello, hello.
John, like I said to Gianni, it's very rare that somebody gets a win over you. What were you thinking after he pulled that first round victory?
But what I was thinking? But I was thinking that, once again, I had to get my A game up because I've seen Gianni on one of the times that he has been on a quiz show a bit, and he is absolutely no slouch.
Well, you definitely brought your A game. I think you brought your A plus game after that point. Bobby, don't you agree?
Yes, definitely an A+ game.
Now you're taking that A plus into the quarterfinals.
I know, but once again, it's, but I cannot rest on my laurels or think I'm going to win every time, but I just got to do the best I can and hope and see what happens.
Definitely, and we already know what to expect from you. We expected almost every game, and you never disappoint. Keep it up, man. As I have a feeling Question Man might have something to say about this. Turb, any thoughts, comments, curse words, any of that stuff?
The curse words will probably come after the stream is over with. But I have to say, being down there in that first round, and a lot of players have said that first round has been their place that they struggle, but it was that they were getting used to the tournament. So of course I thought, okay, we're coming in the second round. Basically, everybody's played a match. Even our two people that had to go through a forfeit, they were able to get a practice game in, and I thought to myself, okay, people probably do a lot better in the first round this time. And John did kind of stumble out there in the first round, even tried to use a couple of switches that kind of didn't work out for him as well as he had hoped. But unfortunately, even though Gianni got that first one, I think it was one of those that he kind of shocked himself. And then John said, okay, that's it. I'm doubling down and I'm going to get with this. I could just hear the change in John's voice going into that second round. And I just don't think that Gianni then, I don't think what at the end of the day, I don't think what he did well was he didn't use his switches at the right time. Especially, you've mentioned it before, Jason, on some of those really long questions. That's the time to where you can really eat a other person's timer up. And instead of using them, he held them, and I think he thought, well, let me hold them until later on. And by that point, John had caught his wind, and there was no stopping him.
Yeah, I think there was a strategy that Gianni was trying to employ, and trying to keep as many switches as possible for the final round, because he knew how much of a beast John Bergman is, and regardless of how many switches he had, I think there was just no overcoming Bergman when he's laser focused.
And that is very true, Jason. That's just echoing, my thoughts so well. There is that I think John came into it and just his mind wasn't fully there yet, fully focused. He
Yeah.
was ready to play, but he wasn't fully focused. And when he saw that Gianni came to play, he said, "Okay, I've got to take this to Bergman level."
Mhm.
And I think he probably pulled out his picture of Margaret Thatcher, took a bite of the cottage cheese, and at that point it was over.
You know, don't tell him all my secrets, turd. Thank you. You know.
Well, normally people have to pay at least $59 on Cameo to find that out, but
Yeah.
me and John are friends, so I got the 25% friends and family discount. But yeah, so I think
Those
at
are
the
the
end of the
days,
day,
man.
this is true. I think at the end of the day, though, whether it is the next matchup that'll wind up being between Travis and Michael, whenever that one happens, of course, they can happen out of order, but whoever wins that match, they can learn something, I think, from this contest if they pay close attention. But they also have to know if you let John catch his breath and you don't take advantage when you can, he will eat you just like the cottage cheese.
Yeah. So, word of warning out there to Travis and Michael Bombardier: if you get that elusive win over Bergman, do not ease up off the gas pedal. If he catches you coasting for even 1 second, game over. But John, again, congratulations. We'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, sir. And once again, Gianni, it was a pleasure going against you.
Oh, it was a great match.
Yeah, and I definitely want to say to Gianni Pizzi, Gianni, very proud of you, man. You did a great job there. Don't take anything we say as that we don't think you're a good player. As we all know, I mean, heck, I feel like I'm a good trivia player. I don't feel like I measure up to John Bergman either. There's a reason he's the number one.
Right.
But yeah, you played really well. I look forward to seeing your development over the next year here at MVG, and I think you will absolutely be a force to be reckoned with come the 2024 tournament.
Yeah, you gave it one
been a
hell
great
of a
time.
try there, bro.
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, John, congratulations to you. You move on into round 3, which is the quarterfinal round. You will be waiting around now for a little bit to find out who will be coming your way between number 8 seed Travis Coulter and the number 24 seed Michael Bombardier. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, man, we're having such a great time doing this Grand Slam tournament. We all talk about it off air quite a bit, that it's fun, but it's stressful. Some people saying, man, I don't know that I could do this again because it's so stressful. But I think it'll be one of those that when time gets away from it and whatnot, it'll be remembered as a lot of fun. And we hope that those of you out there watching are having a lot of fun with it too. So again, make sure you're hitting the like button on this so that we know that you're enjoying that content. So if you're out there, one of the ones watching now, hit that like button right now. Let us know. Please leave us a comment, whether it's in the live streams. Feel free to do that if you're here on the live stream, or if you watch it later on demand. Please leave us a comment there. No matter how short, how long it is, we want to hear from you. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to this channel here at MVG Productions. Again, I always want to make sure that I tip my hat to Mr. Brandon Scruggs, because without him, MVG does not exist, and there is not that platform there for us to go out and do what we do. Because those of you that don't know, I started here a little over 2 years ago, all because of watching Game Show Marathon that you guys just finished getting to watch over the weekend. So I'm always very thankful to him and to all the admins here for allowing me to come here and kind of fulfill a dream that otherwise I don't think I would ever have the chance to do. And again, make sure that you ring that bell for notifications, so not only do you know when Brandon and the other creators here are putting up new content for you, but so that you know right then and there when we're about to go live again with another live stream, whether it's for one of our other games or if it's for the next matchup here in the 2023 MVG Grand Slam tournament. But for now, again, I'd like to thank John Bergman and Gianni Pizzi, our contestants. I'd like to thank Bobby Bailey and Jason Myers and Travis Coulter, who were there manning the booth and in the statistician room tonight. I was your questionnaire, Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell weren't. We'll see you next time for another matchup of the 2023 MVG Grand Slam tournament.
This was an MVG